be very careful, especially for you as a Gen Z. 20 years from now, how is your life going to look like? The people complaining of Ruto, for example, right?
Yeah.
Ruto is going to rule for however long he chooses to rule.
Yeah.
Maisha yake haisimami?
Simami.
Nope. Jiangalie kwa kioo useme, mimi nikifika umri ya Ruto nitakuwa wapi? You have 19 years to go.
Yeah.
Mimi nikifika miaka ya Ruto, maisha yangu itakuwa namna gani? It cannot be your life is dictated by the life of Ruto. Never.
That's true.
It does not work like that. That your takeaway from this world will be like, unajua Ruto ndio aliharibu maisha yangu yote. I grew up in Moi's era, in one party rule. Manoduro. And then some useless human being is going to say, hata yeye atakufa. Wewe ndio hutakufa? Baba yako hatakufa? Weka baba yako na yeye tuone achievement za baba yako, sababu baba yako hakuwa dictator. Hebu tuone achievement zake. You need to get your mind. How old are you?
I'm 28.
You need to get your mind out of victimhood.
Okay.
Because it's a very comfortable zone. And now we are in a generation of victimhood.
Yeah, true.
If you get swept up in that whirlpool of victimhood, it will be 20 years and the world is going to spit you out at 50.
Yeah.
Having wasted everything because you morphed into a victim. This world does not belong to victims, bro.
Yeah.
This world belongs to doers and takers. That's it.
Yeah.
Doers and takers. Take it to God. But that's how this world is designed. If you get yourself pulled into the whirlpool of this victimhood, you are going to complain about some phantom pain, about the government make it impossible and challenges to open a business, and you have not even started. But it's a comfortable thing to say because this is the age of victimhood. Me, I have never been a victim of anything. Never. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like a challenge. No, that's just a process.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing even the website, it was just some phantom pain. Haujatengeneza website. Why is it so comfortable to be a victim, bro? There is no gain at the end of the day. No. There is no gain.
Yeah.
I mean, sitting around with the other people complaining, and then what? What do you take home? What is your takeaway? Nothing. Do something.
Just fear.
Take something. That's where the action is. That's where the man's activation is.
Yeah.
Doing things, activating things, solving problems. Yeah.
So I'll try. I'm gonna change my mentality and go hard on this.
At 28, bro, you are almost too late. You have to be very conscious.
Yeah, true.
On deciding that path is not taking you anywhere productive. The people complaining of Ruto, for example, right?
Yeah.
Ruto is going to rule for however long he chooses to rule.
That's true.
That is his business. If we get swept up in that, there is nothing we are going to gain out of it. And the world is going to spit us out 20 years later, having gained nothing, and him having ruled that whole entire time. maisha yake haisimami. Nope. Jiangalie kwa kioo useme mimi nikifika umri ya Ruto nitakuwa wapi? You have 19 years to go.
Yeah.
Mimi nikifika miaka ya Ruto maisha yangu itakuwa namna gani? It cannot be your life is dictated by the life of Ruto. Never. It does not work like that. That your takeaway from this world will be like, unajua Ruto ndio aliharibu maisha yangu yote. I grew up in Moi's era, in one party rule. Manoduro. We could have sat idly by and say, there are no opportunities, and now we are just here. We are marginalized Kikuyu tribe. We cannot get jobs. We cannot get opportunities. I mean, Moi ruled for 24 years. What did I do with my life? Where am I going to register, go, line up behind other people and say, I want some benefits of having gone through 24 years of Moi's rule? Where is my savage pay? Where is my victimhood allowance for growing under Moi's rule? There is no place like that, bro. The guy did his thing, lived the best life any African has ever lived. Connected with people and ruled. Achieved more than we will ever imagine. And raised very good children. And lived a complete full life. And then some useless human being is going to say, hata yeye atakufa. Wewe ndio hutakufa? Baba yako hatakufa? Weka baba yako na yeye tuone achievement za baba yako, sababu baba yako hakuwa dictator. Hebu tuone achievement zake. Bro, don't get swept with that. Be very careful. Be very careful. The coalition of the defeated, people sitting together with one voice of victimhood. Be very careful, especially for you as a Gen Z. 20 years from now, how is your life going to look like? Did you watch my video where I was saying I was in a political rally where Paul Moite and James Orengo were and Charles Robia, right after Charles Robia was released in Ihora Stadium.
Because they were agitating for multi-party democracy. And we were convinced we needed multi-party democracy. So in 1990, I remember so well, at Ihora Stadium in Muranga,
I was 19 years old.
There was a huge meeting, political gathering that was taking place. They had just released Charles Robia. He was frail, he was weak, but he was there. Gitobwi Manyara was there. Paul Moite was there. Fiery James Orengo was there. Balala from Mombasa was there. Mirugi Karaoke was there. Ginyo Karaoke was there. Koigu Amwere was not. Because him and Charles Robia were still in the Kenya.
Oh, okay.
And Moite was a member of parliament. James Orengo was a member of parliament inside Kanu.
He was there with us. We were fighting for the repeal of Section 2A, Section 2B. James Orengo convinced us we need to fight for that. I did not ask questions. I just showed up at 19 years old at Ihora Stadium. But now, when we look at the results, and we can interrogate me, what was I fighting for versus what was James Orengo fighting for?
35 years later, James Orengo is still in government. But he had come to Moranga to recruit me to fight the government.
At the time, they convinced us we needed a different kind of democracy. And we ran with it. Who are we fighting for? What were we fighting for?
What was in there for me?
I can only answer that question by looking at the results, right? So if we look at the results, what did James Orengo get? James Orengo got the constitution to be repealed, and he continued being member of parliament. James Orengo got another constitution to be repealed and create for him the position of senator. So by the time he's done serving 15 or 20 years as member of parliament for Ugenya, look it up how long he served as a member of parliament for Ugenya. The fight he was fighting for, the result of that, it created a position for senator, for James Orengo. That same fight, after he had served 10 years as a senator, and a very good one at that, also created a new position for him to be a governor of Siaya. From 1990, today is 2025, he is still harvesting, enjoying, benefiting from the agitation for multi-party democracy through the repeal of Section 2A, 2B. By the way, from 1990 to 2025 is 35 years. 35 amigo. Mirogoeo miaka 35. That's what he has gotten so far. He continued being a member of parliament. He came back, created a new sub-repeal of the constitution, created for him 10 years of a senator. Now he is serving another 10 years as governor. And I was there at Ihora Stadium. Moi must go. Moi must go. Moi must go. And Orengo is like, yes, 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 Moi must go. What did I get? Me, George, NGA. What did I get? Was it my fight to fight? Was it? Was it my fight to fight? I'm asking you. Was it my fight to fight? Or was it Orengo's fight to fight?
Be very careful, bro. Be very careful. Because so far what you have discussed is just phantom pain. Unajua ukitaka kuingia business, serikali inaingia hapo, you make it impossible. You have not even started. Hata hujaoka miguu.
Siosha mikono. True.
So unasema uliokotwa na msichana. What is happening here?
George, hapana. Tusifike hapo kwanza, George. Na kwanza